Good evening, friends. Myself, Mr. Ganesh Sadashiv Sathe, would like to present a topic onto the isolation and characterization of phytase producing bacteria obtained from idli batter. So, we know, just 1 second, I'm just going to share my slide. So, isolation and characterization of phytase producing bacterial species isolated from idli batter and their application in soya milk fermentation. So these are my content: introduction, aims, objectives, materials and methods, result and discussion, summary and references. So there are different types of foods which are phytic acid rich: cereals, legumes, nuts, rice bran is an example of this. No doubt they provide nutrients for our growth, but along with that, they have one component that is called phytate. The salt of phytic acid is called phytate, and phytate is a major storage form of phosphorus. No doubt, it is a major storage form of phosphorus, but it is also going to be considered as anti-nutritional factor because they have negative charge, and because of which positively charged ions will get interact with them, so that these molecules will not be available. Now, what is the solution for this? Can we use or cannot we use these foods? The solution for this problem is lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is the normal flora of our intestine. It is a rod shaped, gram positive, non spore forming, non motile facultatively anaerobic one. Along with that, they produce one important enzyme called phytase. And this phytase will act on phytate, because of which the minerals which are already interacted with that phytate will be released, or indirectly phytase will make available minerals like irons, calcium, magnesium, zincs, and proteins into the human intestine. That's why I'm selected lactobacillus species. So the aims and objective of my topic is isolation and characterization of these lactobacillus species, their screening with respect to phytase production, their biochemical characterization, their bite tolerance determination, their hemolytic activity, their antibiotic accessibility, their bile salt hydrolase detection, and lastly their estimation of phytase by using Chalmers broth. So my project start with the isolation and characterization of lactobacillus species. It was isolated onto the tomato juice agar, which is favorable for their growth. This tomato juice agar is incubated at room temperature under gas pack jar system for 2 to 3 days. Screening of phytase production was also done. Biochemical characterization will also illustrate what type of nutrients they are going to ferment. Estimation of phytase enzyme was also done by using Chalmers moth. As a part of this result and discussion, we had obtained total 15 samples. Out of that, few were screened for phytase production. These are the some bacterial colonies of lactobacillus. Morphological characterization of lactobacillus is also important one, and this will be useful for characterization of these organisms. So we found that most of the organisms are gram positive one. Their color is white. They have some colonies have round shape, some are or almost all are oval shape. Their margin is even and the consistency is sticky one. Now phytase production was done by using isolate I4, I7, R3 and H2. Now the hollow zone around the phytic acid containing MRS medium gives or indicates positive taste. Biochemical characterization was also done by using different sugars, which include some hexose and some pentose sugar, glucose, mannose, lactose, mannitol, sucrose, and xylose. Almost all organisms shows positive results with no gas production. They are also positive for oxidase. They are also positive for catalase. Indole and methyl red test is also positive. They are negative for VP and positive for citrate utilization. Lysine decarboxylation, urease test is also positive and negative respectively. On TSI slant, they produce acid with no gas. Now, antibiotic susceptibility test is also important one. By using, we can determine their susceptibility. Ciprofloxacin, chloramphenicol, kanamycin, ampicillin, erythromycin, vancomycin, penicillin was used and disc diffusion assay was performed. Now, out of all these isolates, isolate I4, I5, and Y1 shows resistance to almost all antibiotics, while they are so sensitive towards chloramphenicol, erythromycin, and ciprofloxacin. So this is the photograph of their antibiotic susceptibility test. Now, hemolytic activity test was also performed by using SIBA, and isolate I4, I5, and Y1 showed alpha type of hemolysin, while others isolate did not grow on superimposed blood agar. Their bile tolerance test was also performed by using 0.5% bile, and turbidity of bacteria were also observed onto this. Now, for their estimation of phytase, Chalmers broth was used. Organisms were incubated at 8 hours for 2 to 3 days. It gives different production. Y1 and C1 gives 1.4 units per ml phytase, while I4 produce 1.5 unit per ml. Now, estimation of phytate content from fermented broth is also performed. Now, there is a tremendous variation. We found that I4 showed decreased 55% of phytate from the fermented soya milk as compared to the unfermented soya milk, while isolate S3 showed less percentage of phytate degradation. Their antioxidant activity was also performed by using fermented as well as unfermented soya milk. So the summary of my project is, out of 15 isolates, 9 were gram negative, 8 were gram positive. Their biochemical characterization illustrate that The isolated organisms is lactobacillus. Out of that four isolates, I4 we can use largely for the removal of phytate from the soy milk. These are my some references. Thank you.